Firm.
I was not built to break.
This is Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. And Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Health City, now open at Camana Bay 7 days a week. Optical Outlook, now at their new location in Anderson Square. Come see the difference with Optical Outlook. And Lee's Office Products Limited, at Paddington Place, Godfrey Nixon Way, moving your business forward.
And now,
Radio Cayman presents
The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter.
Radio Cayman's Business Buzz.
Here's your host,
Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome to the Business Buzz. Good morning to our producer, Miss Susan Watson. Good morning, Susan. To all our listeners and our YouTube viewers, thank you for tuning in this morning. This morning we have two segments and they are going to be exciting. Here's hoping you'll stay with us and enjoy. Our first guests in the studio this morning are from Craig's Cycles. And Craig Cycles is owned and operated by Mr. Craig Marin. And Craig, if most of you know Craig, he's an avid cycling enthusiast and a 3-time Olympian. He's focused on personal service, and Craig ensures that all riders have access to the best bicycle, parts, and advice for the most enjoyable, safe riding experience. We'll tell you a whole lot more about Craig and Craig Cycle, but he also has in the studio with him his other half, his wife, Ms. Therese Marin. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Morning. Thanks for having us. Thanks, Susan, for inviting us. And
yeah, Susan is the one. She
Cayman.
does all the hard lifting on this job.
I know she does. She's one of my suppliers with my old-time pictures collections. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Susan. Good morning to you again, to you, both of you. Therese, it's good to have you in the studio.
Thank you.
You're here to support Craig.
Yes, for sure. And he can tell you a little bit more about how that's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking forward to that. Now, Craig, most of us, I know you as a cyclist. And before I jump into any questions, I want to ask you, when did you get your first bicycle? Or was it a tricycle?
It was a 3-wheeler.
A tricycle.
Like a tricycle, yeah. Looked like a little chopper my mother got for me, I think, back in, probably might have been in 69 or 7. I still have the picture with it, actually. Taken out the old house, which was actually right where the police station is. My grandfather owned that part of the back. And,
oh, really? I didn't know that.
From the early 1900s.
Is that central, you mean?
Yes, central, right there. So I kind of grew up on Elgin Avenue, actually. When I was young, we moved from here when I was about 4 or 5.
I thought it was Walker's Road.
But that's why we got that. I think my mother bought it from, at the time, was Yankee Notion shop at the time. And it had police on it.
Oh, no.
Because I always wanted to be a police.
Okay, so you had the best of both worlds on your tricycle.
Yes, but
so that's how the interest started.
Well, partly, I mean, I was young, and I think probably around in the early 70s when we moved to Walker's Road. My sort of first racing bike was a Raleigh, 24-inch Raleigh.
I remember
it was a sports bike, but, cycling wasn't really formed yet. But as kids, we, back in Cayman, we played with bikes, and that was always my passion. When everybody was spearfishing, making calavan, catching birds, making slingshot and going fishing, I was there working on bikes, and that was just my interest.
I remember when you were younger, you used to be at Uncle Bill's.
Yes, I used to actually work there after school.
Repair bikes?
And repairing bikes and assembling bikes, and some years later I got a job there, and helps with my skills.
Well, look at you now.
Yes.
You're Craig's Bicycles, or Craig Cycles.
Craig Cycles.
Yes,
Craig Cycles.
Craig, I want to say congratulations. It's always good to see. I mean, Susan is finding all the young Caymanians who are owning their own businesses, and I can't believe it. I mean, I can believe it, but I can't. The amount of young Caymanians who are going into business It's amazing.
It is. And this is something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. But I just didn't have some of the skill. I had a sort of idea. I think what helped hone my skills from a business perspective was working with cable and wireless. And when I moved in as an account manager, you kind of get an idea of how to manage things. So I just had to kind of retrain myself. And I know the management side, however, and I know the bicycle side, but to put it together. So that took a while. It wasn't until, I think, probably about 10 years ago, I realized that I wanted to push forward. Of course, I was working a full-time job then, but I still continue to build out on Craig cycles. Actually, it was supposed to be Olympic cycles, but I couldn't use the word the International Olympic Committee said. So my great mentor, Mr. Robert Nunes, said, "Why not name it Craig Cycles?" He said, "Everybody knows you as Craig." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll stick to that."
So this is how it got started.
This is how we got started, Like everything was in the background, but I just couldn't put all the puzzle together. It takes time, with responsibilities and stuff like that, and which I had a lot and still do. But it just was the time, So I resigned from a company of telecoms that I've been in telecoms for a very long time, and I just went full-fledged from 2018, June 2018, and just went full-time in it, purchased more bikes, parts, accessories, and built out on it and started the plan from there with the wonderful help of my wife, Cherise.
Good morning, Cherise.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Craig, what's your primary focus at Craig Cycles?
Well, first of all, customers. And find out what the customer wants in the world of cycling. What do they want to discover on a two-wheeler? And so it's always that's the focus, and then I work it from there. So the primary focus is making sure the customer have the right fitting bicycle for the right lifestyle that they're looking for, regardless if it's a commuter, regardless if someone that's want to the electric bikes is a big thing now with scooters and so on and so forth. So someone might want to go into that, and then of course you got the sport guys and the races. So we do have a category of individuals that will walk in or looking for something that we will try to fulfill their requirements.
And your customer base is probably all the people who know Craig.
Yes. Right? Throughout the entire island. Yeah. So this is something that just not started 10, 11 years ago. This is something that started from a long time. And my brother used to do bicycle repairs back in the early 90s as well. And I used to help him. And this is something everybody that know anything about bicycles, everybody come to me or Perry. Yeah.
So, Craig, where are you located?
I'm located on Walker's Road now.
Okay.
Yes. I was at another place, but due to COVID, it just didn't work out.
Where on Walker's Road?
East Boulevard.
East Boulevard.
Yeah.
Okay. East Boulevard.
Yes.
Okay. So, if I need a bike, you have bikes in stock.
I got a few bikes in stock, and that's another thing that's we'll talk about further down in terms of.
So you have a website now.
Yeah, I have a website. So the website really helps expand to all the interested parties out there who want to talk about buying a new bike, parts, accessories, so on and so forth. And
it's a nice website.
It is, thank you. Yeah, I've been working it for a while.
The best part about it is, the spoolie thing, the spool. It's a bicycle wheel.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
We have to credit NetClues on that particular idea. So I worked with them closely to pull that together.
Yeah, thanks.
They had that spool idea.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
switching to another page
So we've been working on it for a while. Some of those are my ideas that, I don't really like to reinvent the wheel. I see what others are doing out there, and then I come up with my own things as well. Just like to be unique, Let's like to say it's Caymanian made.
That's right. Yeah. So, with COVID, were you affected? I mean, we're still in COVID. Mm-hmm. Are you affected terribly by this?
Actually, I can say this. In the cycling world, no. The problem where it's affecting now, it's getting hard. It's like stock.
Okay.
And it has affected the whole entire industry, right across, not just Cayman, right across the whole globe. So everybody is basically running out of stock because COVID, for some reason, brought out the woodworks, people out of the woodwork that really just started to rediscover cycling. And my best sales, I must say, was 2020. Even though the effect of COVID affected many businesses like restaurants and hotels, especially in Cayman, in various parts around the world, it's different industry that affected, but cycling for exercising, for some reason, the world of cycling was on top of its game. And everything within 6 to 7 months was gone, meaning like you couldn't get nothing by October, November. Luckily, I did some ordering before COVID, not realize what was going to happen. But I still had some stock and still do have stock. So it really has been a positive thing for Craig Cycles, and also made us to rethink and reshape our business plan and our strategy moving forward.
It was quite unexpected. It was a happy surprise, if you will.
It was.
You know, the lockdowns, you know, that obligated people to stay inside, or, you know, how you could get outside was through exercise, right? And looking for other activities you could do where it didn't have crowd restrictions. So people were discovering cycling, and so that we didn't at first. It was a concern. We weren't sure what was going to happen or how it was going to affect the business, but suddenly it was everybody wanted to ride again.
Yeah. And some of the bicycles just came to me, and those that couldn't be parts that couldn't be replaced or repaired, we fixed it.
Fix it.
Yeah.
So your main focus, Greg, is bicycle repairs, sales.
You
provide a close personal relationship. Attention. And relationship.
Repairs, bike sales, accessories, anything we could try to get. I have a good relationship with the bicycle industry. So I have a good wide range of contacts and getting these. The thing is getting them on time. You know, it's such a huge backup delay now with some of the things that are affecting. But
So what do you think is the main item in the store that flies off the shelf?
Well, it just varies. Right now, especially in the last year, we have a lot of youngsters that's basically racing bikes today. So some of the main item is tires and tubes. Definitely tubes, because everybody getting a flat. So it's tires, handlebar, wrap, chain, a bike chain. For the races, that is, and probably some sort of components upgrade. Bearings is a huge thing as well with the rain, because water affect the bearings, seal bearings, that is. Wheels is another thing, is a popular thing. For the cheaper sort of commute bike, you probably find people looking for saddles, grips, gloves, something more comfortable for the commuter. And those things, they're selling really fast. And of course, bikes.
I see on your website you have basket for little old ladies like me.
Yeah, you got baskets, and we got carriers. Yeah, it's still a very popular, especially with the you're not open yet, but with the tourists and stuff. I also manage a fleet of private bikes, companies and condos, hotel bikes that they like the carriers on for the guests when they're riding. So we have some in stock for when we open up, hopefully. And so on.
And I guess at some point in time you'll think about those biking gears, like, you know, shirts and biking accessories.
Well, we don't bring in too much of that because of the many varieties and stuff. So I also work closely with a local company, a sporting company here, who basically I'll send there, and we share. It's came on your own business, so I like to support them, and they support me. If I don't have a jersey or a pants, in which I bring in a very small amount, then I refer the customer to them, and they refer customers to me if they need bike repair or a saddle or something that they're inquiring for. So I do have a good relationship with the guys here.
Okay. No, but Craig, what was a range of bicycle you carry in stock? And do you sell second-hand bikes as well?
I do sell second-hand bikes. Yes, sometime I will get old bikes, or the bikes will be just basically just donate it, and I'll basically just try to clean it up, fix it up, and sell it. Very on $100. These are very cheap bikes, but I do sell from kids' bike right up to the commute, 8-speed, 3-speed road bikes, electric bikes.
Yeah. Okay, Susan's got a question on WhatsApp. Susan, can we get a question? Yeah, Susan she doesn't like to come to the mic when I'm on, Yeah. Okay, she's she's looking for a headphone. Susan, come on. Okay, you take it after break. Okay, it's a question sent in by one of our listeners on WhatsApp. Now, you stock cruisers.
Cruisers, yes.
Yeah,
Cruisers,
okay.
yeah.
Road bikes,
Road bikes, cruisers,
Urbans,
kids' bikes,
electric bikes.
And there's
E-scooter?
no scooters, no.
No scooter,
no.
okay.
Yeah.
Not yet.
No.
How about, before we go to break, let's talk about custom orders. What is the process for ordering bicycles? Is it the same for all kinds of bikes, or is there a separate process for ordering the high-end road bikes?
High-end road bikes is a special order. It all depending on the particular make that the customer is looking for and the specifications. And that is a special order because it's so expensive. And that is more or less, I'll meet with a client and see what range he's looking for, see what his budget is, and what will fit him. Besides that, I pick the bikes that fit Cayman's market. And, that is like beach cruisers, 8-speed, 3-speeds, commute bikes, which is very popular. So when you're looking at those bikes, you're looking at different cost range. So I will get something in between like $200 up to about $1,200. And the average customer actually spends between $1,500 and $2,500. That's on a road bike, or he will spend between $800 and $1,500 for electric bike. And so you got your different customers with a different budget level, which is very important to Craig Cycles. We don't like to. I always like to guide them. Sometimes people don't know what they're looking for, so it's always for me to find out what type of ride are you going to be doing. And I've worked with customers who basically just got a road bike, a second-hand road bike, and I'm able then to say outfit that with a set of wheels, new tires, change up a few things on the gearing, new chain, clean up new cassettes. That's the gear in the back. Right. And you can take that bike that he bought for $450, $500, and that could feel just as good as an $800-900 road bike.
Nice.
So I try to work with customers within their budget, not to go spend something, an additional $1,500 or $2,000 on a brand new bike when I think they got a good bike. I will advise them on that. I know people would say, well, you shoot yourself in the foot. But that is just my nature and how I like to do stuff with customers.
That's Craig.
Yeah, I think people appreciate that. I got guys want to buy tires like $90. Tires each, and I say, but you don't need that. Here's where you need to go, because the tire you're buying is a racing tire. You don't race that amount. You're a novice rider. Going what you might want to do with these.
Susan said we have a caller.
Oh, a caller.
Oh, we'll take it after the break. Okay. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take that call, take that question. And in the meantime, I want to say thanks to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Insurance Center, Optical Outlook, and Cayman Medical Supplies.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Albert Radley Grzong, Certificate of Honor, 1921 to 1995. Radley Grzong went to sea at the age of 20 to fish for turtle and shark at Mosquito Keys. He was on the schooner Majestic II when it was struck by a hurricane in September of 1941. 19 of the crew went ashore on a nearby key and survived, but the other 22 stayed on board the ship, which floundered on a nearby reef and went down with all hands. He served in the Home Guard from 1943 until 1945, when it was disbanded, and then joined the Cayman Islands Police Force. He married Jennifer Wood, with whom he had 5 children. After retiring from the police force in 1977, he was hired to look after the armory and uniform storeroom, which he did until 1985. After that, working as a security guard and sergeant of arms in the Legislative Assembly. He was best known as a fiddler. He and his group, the Happy Boys, played old-time music for dances all over Grand Cayman and helped keep the quadrille alive in Cayman. A fan of American country music, he was once invited to perform at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville.
The Rotary Central Music Extravaganza 2021 tickets are here. Get your $25 ticket and stand a chance to win the grand prize of $40,000, second prize $4,000, and 6 $1,000 prizes. The Music Extravaganza music event, Saturday, November 27th at Salty's Grand Harbor, featuring CNB, Deja Blue, The Fabulous 68s. Tickets now on sale by Rotary members, authorized ticket sellers, and at eventpro.ky. 26 years of Rotary Music Extravaganza, funding over 70 community projects of significance since 1995. Rotary Central, Cayman Islands. Registered not-for-profit number 232. Rotary Central. Serve the change lives.
Radio Cayman's historical vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
2020. Unprecedented times, uncertainty, and literally a new way of life.
Life happens, usually without warning.
That is why making sure that your family is insured is so important.
Cayman Insurance Center, 47 years strong, working to protect your family and your most valuable assets.
Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family.
For more information, call 949-4657. Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, health, motor, and other lines of insurance products and services at affordable rates.
Optical Outlook Caymanian Village location has moved. Same great services and products, new location. We've moved to Anderson Square in central Georgetown. It's a much larger space with dedicated parking. Please call us on 746-2020 to make your appointment at our new location today. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Please come see the difference with Optical Outlook, Cayman's premier optical provider.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. In the studio this morning we have Mr. Craig Marion and his wife Cherise. They are from Craig's Cycles and they're here to discuss everything cycle this morning. But we have two callers on the line, so we'll take the first one. Carl, good morning.
Good morning, Anita.
Hi, good morning, Carl.
Good morning.
You call my name, I can call
Craig.
your name, right?
Yes. And good morning, Craig.
Morning.
I've known Craig
Morning,
most of my life. I've spent most of my life in Cayman, so I know him from his childhood. Craig is invaluable, and his time has come in regards to this part of his life. It's going to be a significant base. Craig is a cyclist from childhood, and he comes from a heritage of cycling. His mom used to ride, but he's an Olympian, along with his sister, who was the first female Olympian in Cayman, and also along with his brother. Now, they're not only Olympians and cyclists, but they're very much into the engineering of cycles. And I come from a background of cycling myself, from a heritage that has an interest and has always been in cycling. So from the moment I landed here, Craig became part of my circle. Today, Craig's Cycles is more than Craig's Cycles. With his Olympian knowledge, you get a whole lot when you come to him to seek equipment. You will get advice, and hopefully he should start charging for it, because choosing a cycle right fit is a bit of engineering and a bit of physiology. That your height, your weight, and what your purpose is. And Craig has all of that dynamic just unfurling very easily. It is also important to note that he is able to guide your children into a world of physical activity that will keep them healthy and also get them interested in a sport that Cayman has a significant chance of being on the world stage.
Carl, thank you so much. We're going to take the other caller.
Thank you, Carl, for that. Real appreciate it.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Craig.
Morning.
This is your friend Tommy. We actually go way back with bicycles, setting them up in the early 70s.
Yes.
Mid-70s. And it's such a pleasure to see you go into this full time, because I don't think anyone else in the Cayman Islands has the knowledge of bicycles and cycling in general that you do. And it's a pleasure to see you venture into this full time.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the kind words.
Yes.
We had some good times together.
Oh, and still do.
Yes.
Well, thank you, callers. Thanks so much for calling in to both of you.
Thanks.
Craig, man, that says so much about you, right?
Yes, it does.
But we only have 5 minutes left, so we have so much to cover. But Cherise, I'm going to head over. To Cherise has been quiet all the whole time. Cherise, let's talk about the website again. Now, the physical location on Walker's Road.
Yes, so Craig Cycles is based out of a workshop, right? It's primarily a workshop, and it's focused on the repairs. But like Craig said, we have a lot of stock. So what we have decided to do was put together this website and launch it to the public so that we can provide people the opportunity to look at what inventory we have. We've just launched it about 3 weeks ago, and every week we'll be adding new inventory. So we invite people to look at the website, keep checking back. And if there's anything, you can order online. We are going to offer free deliveries every Wednesday. So based on the purchases, we can, kind of launching off what was popular during COVID last year was a retail delivery. So we're going to do that. And of course, Craig is active on social media, private message, direct message, WhatsApp. So
can you give us some telephone numbers?
Yes, so 938-7827. That's the main number for WhatsApp. And of course, he's on Facebook, Craig Cycles, Instagram, Craig Cycles.
Email?
Craig at craigcycles.ky.
Yep. Well, and of course, Bearwater could contact me through Facebook, my personal Facebook as well.
And then the website is craigcycle.ky.
Craigcycles.ky.
Okay, so we can call you anytime, Greg.
Yes.
Anytime.
Greg.
Anytime.
Now, the question we had for you, what does the future of cycling look like, especially with narrow lanes and so much traffic and what's going on our roads? Poor driving habits.
Well, this is a big question that many cycling federations get around the world, and it's always the traffic. But it's especially we have to work with the National Roads Authority, as well as from an education standpoint. The previous government did a great thing adding cycling lanes. I would like to see this government and future government expand those cycling lanes, expand better cycling path for cyclists, and we'll have an education program for about a 6-month education program, working with the Cycling Association, the NRN, government overall, probably with the licensing department, and educating drivers and how to be very cautious towards cyclists and cyclists as well. Cyclists do intend sometimes to do some things that they shouldn't do on the road that sometimes upset drivers. But the thing is, the driver has to understand that you're dealing with a human and a bike and not a vehicle, so they have to keep their cool. Hopefully, more cycling lanes and cycling pathways would be great.
One of the things that annoy me, Craig, is when I see children without helmet riding in the street and they're doing the one wheelie. I cringe.
Yeah, I know. It's something that we
what would you say
try
to them?
do. Well, the first thing, you doing that. You should always ride a helmet. Always, regardless if you just going down to the store to pick up something. You should always ride with a helmet, and I think parents should make sure that the kids do that.
And you sell helmets too, right?
We sell helmets,
okay.
yes.
Different sizes.
Different sizes.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
No, Craig. Whether or not I'm a regular rider or whatever, do you have a maintenance program that I can sign up for, like a monthly maintenance?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We do have a maintenance program that we fit in with the customer's schedule, depending on the type bikes. And when we sell our bikes and the bikes that I sell, I do have a 3 months maintenance free service on those bikes, parts not included, of course. And then I can set a schedule thereafter. So anyone that buy a bike from me or anyone that buy a bike from someone else Craig Cycles is there to make sure that that bike is rolling very smoothly and safely.
Craig, we got so much more to talk about, but
I know.
it's almost news time. What do you want to leave with our listeners this morning?
Well, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in this morning, listening to what Craig Cycle have to bring to the Cayman Islands market. And I'm available to you anytime if you want to reach out to me. It's Craig at craigcycles.ky. Number is 938-7827. That's 938 * if you look at 778-27. And thank you again, Susan, and thank you again, Ms. Khan, for having us today.
Cherise, anything from
Business
you?
Buzz.
No,
that's it?
Yep.
And that's it from our first segment this morning. Thanks to Craig and Cherise of Craig Cycles. We're going to take the news break, and when we come back, our second segment on the Business Buzz. Thanks to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Medical Supplies, Cayman Insurance Center, and Optical Outlook.
Thank you, Anita. And studio time by Foster's is 8 o'clock.
School's back, so it's time to give a kid breakfast. Thanks to Tropicana, Quaker, and Foster's.
That's right, and you could win an Apple MacBook for yourself, plus a morning's breakfast, and $1,500 worth of school equipment to a local school of your choice.
Plus, it's super easy to enter. Just purchase any 2 Tropicana or Quaker products at Foster's from now until September 25th and enter online.
Win an Apple MacBook and give back to a local school with Foster's Give a Kid Breakfast, thanks to Quaker and Tropicana. Proudly distributed by Progressive Distributors.
The 8 a.m. News is proudly sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. For further information, please visit chamberpension.ky. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you. Please be advised that the pension contribution holiday has been extended until 31st of December 2021. Employers and plan members should ensure arrangements are in place for salary deductions and remittance following this date. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan, keeping you informed. For further information, visit chamberpension.ky. And for information as it happens, follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Email admin@pensions.ky or call 745-7630. We're here for you.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Kersley Fuller. A 45-year-old Cayman Brac man is formally charged with threats to kill, 2 counts of damage to property, disorderly conduct at a police station, possession of cocaine, and possession of ganja. As Radio Cayman's April Cummings reports, this is following an incident last Thursday.
Police say the incident took place at a Pearl Avenue residence in Cayman Brac when they responded to a report of a disturbance. A man known to the victim made threats to set fire to the residence. When police arrived at the scene, they say the man tried to get away and resisted arrest, but the officer managed to subdue and arrest him. When they searched him, they found a white substance believed to be cocaine as well as ganja. Police say the man was held in custody pending further investigation, and while at the Cayman Brac police station holding facility, he damaged the cell he was in. The suspect was then taken to Grand Cayman and held at the Cayman Islands Detention Center. April Cummings, Radio Cayman News.
In other news, on November 20th, Cayman moves to Phase 4 of the 5-phase reopening plan. It means most vaccinated travelers can come to the islands without having to quarantine, but for unvaccinated visitors and children not eligible yet for vaccinations, Cayman remains off limits.
The advice at the moment, and for everything that we have considered, really centers around the level of risk that currently exists and how we balance that to ensure that we don't create a situation where we end up with too much community transmission going on.
The policy does not apply to the children of Caymanians and returning residents, exclusively affecting tourists. Premier the Honorable Wayne Panton says he understands this will be disappointing for some, but it is important to ensure the island's medical infrastructure isn't overwhelmed.
We would love to be able to accommodate children coming with parents who are vaccinated and the children are unvaccinated. But the reality is we think at the moment it is very difficult for us to ensure that we have that balance right. And so we're keeping that under consideration, but it is not a decision that we have made at this point.
The Premier says the team will continue to monitor international developments. The U.S. is currently reviewing data on risk versus benefit of the Pfizer vaccines in children between the ages of 5 and 11. Cayman health officials generally follow the lead of the United Kingdom. You can find out more about Phase 4 of the reopening plan by visiting explore.gov.ky. While using their modeling exercises, public health officials are reassured that they are equipped with available beds, ventilators, and medical personnel. Minister for Health, the Honourable Sabrina Turner, says this modeling will also help them should they need to increase capacity to meet a number of surge scenarios, and that they are prepared and funded to procure and allocate these resources in short order.
Health Services Authority has continued to procure additional staff by partnering with nurses, physicians in the private practice on island and partnering with other government entities to provide staff for additional temporary administrative roles. My ministry will continue to work alongside public health, the medical sector, the Civil Services Program Board, and a wide range of stakeholders to ensure that we will have surge capacity to monitor, test, and manage the demands of the most likely scenarios.
As part of an ongoing collaboration with the private sector, Public Health will begin making presentations to the business community on October 28th. These sessions aim to ensure that the large and small business owners are clear on the necessary preparation measures they need to do to assist with moving into the next phase of reopening the borders, quote, as safely as possible. Now, with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Jerry Smith. The European Union's law enforcement agency Europol says 150 people have been arrested in a global operation against illicit trading on the dark web. Those held are thought to be among the main buyers and sellers on what was known as the dark market, which was shut down at the start of the year. Protests have continued for a second day in the Sudanese capital Khartoum following the military takeover on Monday. Within the past hour, the most senior general, Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, said he'd acted to prevent civil war. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. News is proudly sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. For further information, please visit chamberpension.ky. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you. Are you aware of the performance of your pension plan? The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan provides quarterly fund fact sheets for our members to stay informed with the plan's performance. For the year ended 30th of April, 2021, the various life cycle funds have provided returns between 10.5% and 43.2%. And our all-in expense ratio for year ended 30th of June, 2020 is currently the lowest it's ever been. 0.72%. Visit chamberpension.ky to review our fund fact sheets. You can see the performance as far back as 10 years. Remember that pensions are a longer-term investment strategy. Focus on the long term rather than the short-term returns. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan continues to perform for you.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Dreaming of a great career or degree? The Caribbean Examinations Council offers regionally and internationally recognized qualifications to help you get there. These include the Caribbean Certificate of Secondary Level Competence, CCSLC, the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, CSEC, the Caribbean Vocational Qualification, CVQ, Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination, CAPE, and the CXC Associate Degree. These exams may be done while in school or out of school at private learning institutions. Visit cxc.org to learn more. With CXC, you're in control.
The Rotary Central Music Extravaganza 2021 tickets are here. Get your $25 ticket and stand a chance to win the grand prize of $40,000, second prize $4,000, and 6 $1,000 prizes. The Music Extravaganza music event, Saturday, November 27th at Salty's Grand Harbor, featuring CNB, Deja Blue, the Fabulous 68s. Tickets now on sale by Rotary members, authorized ticket sellers, and at eventpro.ky. 26 years of Rotary Music Extravaganza, funding over 70 community projects of significance since 1995. Rotary Central, Cayman Islands. Registered not-for-profit number 232. Rotary Central. Serve to change lives.
The 8:10 a.m. Weather Report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by Pan American International Insurance Corporation. Pan American International Insurance Corporation, meeting the life, accident, and health insurance needs of individuals and businesses to ensure financial security and peace of mind. For more information, call 949-8304 or visit www.palig.com. That's PALIG.com.
For over 100 years, more than 5.8 million people across the Americas and the Caribbean have placed their trust in Pan American Life Insurance Group. We have delivered on our promise and have proven that we are more than an insurance company. We are family. To learn more about our first-in-class individual and group life, disability and accident solutions, please visit Pan American International Insurance Corporation at Unit 221, Cannon Place East, North Sound Road, Grand Cayman, or contact us at 949-8304 and visit us online at www.palig.com. Pan American Life, people you can trust for life.
Pleasant good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 81 degrees. Relative humidity is 89%. The barometric pressure is 29.97 inches and rising. The wind is out of the east at 2 knots. Overnight low temperature was 80 degrees. Synopsis indicate light winds and smooth seas are expected over the Cayman Islands due to a weak pressure gradient over the Western Caribbean. A tropical wave currently extending south of the Cayman area may result in an increase in cloudiness and showers today as it moves westward. Now, the forecast for today calling for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers, and temperatures will rise to the upper 80s. Winds will be southeast at 5 to 10 knots, becoming light and variable at night, and seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers, and temperatures will fall to the mid-70s tonight. Winds will be southeast at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. High tide will be this afternoon at 2:29, low tide tonight at 9:32. The sun will set this evening at 5:53 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:25. And the outlook is calling for similar weather conditions through Thursday evening. That's the very latest on your weather report.
The 8:10 a.m. Weather Report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by Pan American International Insurance Corporation. Pan American International Insurance Corporation, meeting the life, accident, and health insurance needs of individuals and businesses to ensure financial security and peace of mind. For more information, call 949-8304 or visit www.palig.com. That's PALIG.com.
For over 100 years, more than 5.8 million people across the Americas and the Caribbean have placed their trust in Pan American Life Insurance Group. We have delivered on our promise and have proven that we're more than just an insurance company, we're family. To learn more about our first-in-class group health and employee benefit solutions, please visit Pan American Life Insurance Company of the Cayman Islands at Unit 221, Cannon Place East, North Sound Road, Grand Cayman, or contact us at 949-8304. You can also visit us online at www.palig.com. Pan American Life, people you can trust for life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Achieving your goals is a very rewarding feeling, but at times can feel very frustrating, especially if and when we miss our target. As you approach your goals in life, set yourself up for success.
When setting your goals, tell a friend. Having an accountability partner is often helpful in achieving your goals. Let your parents and partner know what you are planning or doing. Sharing with others also helps us to develop the ideas and our vision. Writing down your goals can help to solidify them for you and help you to stay accountable.
Change your thinking and change your life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. OnCourse Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Good morning once again. Let's take a look what's happening on our roads. Traffic is busy on the Linford Pearson Highway and coming off of Agnes Way, and steady traffic coming off of Bobby Thompson Way. On Cool Road heading to Georgetown, traffic is steady but flowing, and eastbound traffic on Cool Road moving along moderately. Huldah Avenue, steady but flowing traffic. Coming from the Westway 4-way stop, moderate flow of traffic, and traffic flowing at a good pace on Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue. On the Westway Road, traffic is moving on pretty good in both directions, especially in front of the Ritz. And on Edward Street, light to moderate traffic flow, light traffic on Owen Roberts Drive. And on Sheridan Road, traffic flowing at a good pace. If you've seen accidents or incidents on Cayman's roads, give us a call here at Radio Cayman, 949-6-990. That's the very latest on your traffic. Join us again. At about 10 minutes after 12 o'clock, we'll give you another traffic report. Have a good morning and drive safe, Cayman Highlands.
You see how hard it's raining?
Yeah, and I don't have time to fight traffic and get my lunch from Subway. I have so much work to do.
Why don't you order Subway by using the Let's Eat or Bento app? Save time, stay dry, and get your sandwich fast.
I never thought of that. Great idea. I'm going to order now.
Order me a veggie pizza while you're at it.
And a cookie platter for the office.
Too busy at work or home? Is the rainy weather stopping you from dining out? Order your favorite Subway sandwich, wrap, or pizza through the Let's Eat or Bento app with fast and reliable delivery. Subway, eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. This is our second segment of the Business Buzz, and we are talking to the folks from the Lloyd Barker Foundation, and I just want to read a little bit of Mr. Lloyd Barker's bio. In 2012, Mr. Lloyd Barker Jr. founded a Pursuit of Excellence, the Lloyd Barker Foundation, and this aims to empower young people from an academic, social, and developmental perspective. Pursuit of Excellence, the Lloyd Barker Foundation's platform, is about promoting drive, dedication, and discipline in good works. We know that people face a world of distractions, which may lead many young people towards paths of failure and desolation. However, we are also in a world filled with great opportunities, which can help provide avenues for success. And on that note, I'll say good morning to our guests in the studio. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Anita.
So we have Mr. Lloyd Barker. Good morning, Lloyd.
Good morning.
I didn't know there was a junior following your name. So that was a surprise to me this morning. And our second guest, I want to introduce himself. Good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Richard Pearson.
Good morning, Richard. And you are a part of the foundation.
Yes, I am.
Just tell me a little bit about yourself. Just a little bit, in a nutshell.
Well, from Jamaica. I've been friends with Lloyd since 2019, and this was the first year I was actually getting really involved in the foundation, and it's been an experience. Really enjoyed doing what I do, and so basically, as I said before, from Jamaica, I went to Wilma's. Came here for work and thought to myself, I should, do something different to just really get my dreams going and my goals going as well, right? So I enrolled in UCCI, and I'm now doing an Associate of Science in the Sciences.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if you don't know Lloyd is a man around town. And what I mean by that, Lloyd, I don't mean like that. Lloyd, he is a lawyer. He's also a motivational speaker. And of course, he's the executive director of the Pursuit of Excellence Foundation. Lloyd, I've known you since you were knee-high.
That's right.
The first time we met, I can always remember, it was at an expo at UCCI. And I think I was there for ICCI. I was representing something or the other.
Right.
And you came over to me and we started having a conversation. And I, at the time, I thought to myself, boy, what a young man. So focused, so calm, and just stand up there having a conversation with this old woman. And I'm like, and I've watched you from that time.
Yeah.
Grow from, I think you were attending UCCI, I think.
Yes, that's correct.
And then the next thing I knew, I was driving along the road one day and I saw a billboard with your face on it. Proud of them billboard.
Yeah.
And then not too long after that, you were off to actually you were here at Radio Cayman interning.
Right, that's correct. So during the time that I was away for school, I had actually gotten the Proud of Them honor, and I came to Radio Cayman during my time in university. So
yeah. So and now you graduated, you came back a lawyer.
Yes.
Congratulations, Lloyd.
Thank you so much.
Now let's talk a little bit. Just give us some background details on the main reason for establishing Pursuit of Excellence, the Lloyd Barker Foundation.
Yes. So the Pursuit of Excellence Foundation, I have such an inspiring and just really heartwarming story on it, because I had been nominated for the Yantamagaw Youth Community Excellence Award in 2012, and one of the requirements as a finalist is that you were meant to prepare a proposal for something that you would do over the course of a year or two. And me being Lloyd, I thought, I am here as a finalist for a community award. This is an opportunity for me to sit down and put pen to paper with respect to what the plans are for the future for my engagements, my involvements. And I thought this is also a great opportunity for me to think of something that would be more long-lasting, more long-term, and something that represents, I guess, longevity. And with that being said, I prepared something that had to do with what was called at the time the Pursuit of Excellence platform. And it was a way to kind of reach out to young people, to empower young people, to encourage young people to focus on academics, focus on positive things in life, and to really involve themselves in the various facets that our community offers. And I thought, okay, great. I probably won't actually be the recipient of this award because I'm about to go off to school. And sure enough, they probably want someone who's on the ground, able to go into schools and whatnot. So in my proposal, I had a lot of online things. So a way for me to be here while I'm not here. And sure enough, I actually received the award. So I was the recipient of the Antigua Youth Community Excellence Award in 2012. And being a man of my word, I stuck to the plan and I executed accordingly. No one had necessarily expected that it would continue for years and years and years or anything like that, but I think it's such a great opportunity to reach out to the community, to involve my friends, to be with my friends and do these positive things while we build together, learn together, elevate together, and help to elevate others. It's such an inspiring thing. And so that's really where it started, and that's kind of in a nutshell what has helped to continue it.
Well, congratulations, Lord. I'm listening to you and I'm like, wow. And I want to ask you right away, do you do any mentoring?
So I do mentoring on the side in terms of people reach out to me and so forth, and will reach out to some of my friends and a lot of my friends who are part of the foundation, Richard being included. But it's something that we want to formally incorporate as part of the Pursuit of Excellence Foundation. So the plan is to have a mentorship opportunity through the Pursuit of Excellence Foundation. And Richard is in the sciences, for example, in academia, and he's also very much in healthcare as a pharmacy tech. And so that's a great opportunity for people who are interested in similar areas or interested in going into the sciences. For example, we would have Richard being a mentor to such student, and with my background in law or the arts in the same way. And so that's what we want to do, because we have so many volunteers and also so many members of the foundation who are interested in a variety of things. And so they are more than able and more than adept to be able to assist other young people, which is what we're going for.
I can almost see it.
Yes, it will happen very soon.
No, Lloyd, you're busy, and I'm pretty sure you're keeping Richard busy as well.
Yes.
Tell us about the foundation. You have the foundation's Ready, Set, Learn Back to School initiative. I've seen your Facebook pictures, and I'm like, boy, Lloyd gets it wrong. It's like a one-man show, but he's got help, because I see people helping you.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and I'm like, Lloyd has never called me to ask me for my help. I'm upset.
I need to loop you in next time. And if I don't loop you in, I'll give that to Richard. His responsibility is to remember to loop you in, so I'll put both of us on the hook.
Definitely. No, tell us a little bit about the foundation, Ready, Set, Learn Back to School initiative.
Yeah, so the Ready, Set, Learn Back to School initiative is near and dear to a lot of us, and we started it back in 2018. And it was something that was started, I think, shortly after I would have returned from law school, and I only had about 2.5 weeks to put it together with the team.
Wow.
And I was kind of like, you know what, if it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, Lloyd, you have to understand, you had 2.5 weeks. And these things take money, right? And time. So I immediately landed in Cayman after having returned from school. I got inside of my house, and I can vividly remember I took off my shoes, went around to the computer, and just started typing up sponsorship request letters. And of course, at the time, the foundation was not registered as a foundation. It was still just a platform, the Pursuit of Excellence platform. And it was a legal requirement for you to have a registered nonprofit organization if you're going to solicit funds from the public. And that had only recently come into force. And so this was also the first time we would have needed to solicit funds from the public, because this was the first big major event. The prior things were just things that I did on my own and things that the other members did on their own. And so I got some assistance with the registrar, and they really helped to expedite the process, and I was able to get it registered in a very short time.
Within 2.5 weeks?
Yes.
By this time, 2 weeks?
It was amazing. I think it even happened within 48 hours.
Wow.
It all happened. There was a lot of work that had to go into the initial process of really getting that done and the documents prepared and such. But did that, got the letters out, and sure enough, I was able to get enough positive feedback, positive responses to where we were able to hold the first drive, which was at the airport park. Now, there was just school supplies, which was the focus, and water and some face painting and coloring. No food, no extraness that we would have needed additional funds for.
Yeah,
right, exactly. We actually had a little bit of balloons, but not too much, right? And then in 2019, in 2018 rather, just to kind of give a quick summary, we were able to help about 215 or 230 students. And then in 2019, we were able to help about 270 students, and this time we had food. This time we had a pediatrician on site.
Nice.
This time we had a barber there cutting hair for free to get the students ready for school. We had so much more, right? Desserts and all that good stuff, so refreshments. And then here we are in 2021 after having hosted it a third time, and it was bigger and better. And this time we were also able to make our way over to the BRAC and extend the opportunity to the students in the BRAC, which was such an amazing experience.
How many did you cater for this year, the school term?
This year we catered to about 450.
What?
Yes.
So you went from 215 to 450?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Amazing. And it's such a testimony to just taking that step and getting out there and giving it a try, giving it a go. In 2018, as I mentioned, we only had 2.5 weeks, and I was willing to just try it. If it worked out, great, and if not, I understood, right? And it really is a lesson and just a nice nugget to remember, always just to take that step, because you never know how it will end up. It might actually work out. And here we are 3 years later, having assisted almost 1,000 students through just that first step with the team. So it's really an amazing experience.
Wow, so now you're a registered nonprofit.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
since
feels
2018,
good, right?
yeah.
On that note, it's 29 minutes until 9 o'clock. We're going to take a break right here on the Business Buzz. If you're just joining us, we have in the studio Richard and Lloyd Barker from Lloyd is the Executive Director of the Pursuit of Excellence. He's also a lawyer and a motivational speaker. And we have Richard. We'll hear more from Richard in a bit.
Optical Outlook Caymanian Village location has moved. Same great services and products, new location. We've moved to Anderson Square in central Georgetown. It's a much larger space with dedicated parking. Please call us on 746-2020 to make your appointment at our new location today. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Please come see the difference with Optical Outlook, Cayman's premier optical provider.
Want to help to protect some of the most threatened reptiles on the planet? Excited about working part-time in the Sister Islands? UK-based RSPB is looking for someone passionate about protection to work within the Sister Island communities to raise awareness of the threat of invasive species and what the community can do to help. The Sister Islands Community Engagement Officer is preferably a resident of the BRAC or a Caymanian, a natural people person, and social media savvy. Visit doe.ky to learn more about this exciting position.
COVID-19 vaccines are the only way forward in reopening our borders safely. Take the COVID-19 vaccine to protect yourself and the ones you love, especially those of us who cannot get vaccinated. For more information on the COVID-19 vaccine, visit www.gov.ky/coronavirus.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. Thank you for tuning in this morning and watching us via YouTube. In the studio, we have we're in the Pursuit of Excellence this morning, and it's the Lloyd Barker Foundation. Lloyd is the Executive Director of the Pursuit of Excellence Foundation. He's also a lawyer, and he's also a motivational speaker. And we'll hear more about that. But in the meantime, our second guest in the studio is Mr. Richard Pearson. Richard is part of the whole movement, Pursuit of Excellence movement, and we'll hear more from Richard. Richard, let's get you on the mic this morning, man. Richard, you're from Jamaica originally, St. Andrew, Jamaica, and you grew up in a rural community.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how your involvement with the Pursuit of Excellence came about.
So my involvement came about when I got the chance to meet Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
When I came here initially, it was just for work, and I think during the whole lockdown with the pandemic, it kind of it sparked something in me, because I've always had the desire to do more, to to pursue my dreams as well. Yeah, to be more involved in the community, to just give back however I can. And with that, I said to myself, well, what's best to do right now in a situation like this? Like, how can you make a bad situation be better? And when I started school as well, like, Lloyd was very encouraging. He kept on saying, keep going, it's tough, but don't look back. And then this year, when they were doing the drive, he reached out to me and he's like, hey, you want to be a part of the foundation? I was like, sure. And while he was planning and putting everything together, we were there trying to support him as much as we can. Unfortunately, because of my line of work, sometimes I wasn't there to really offer as much help of a helping hand as I could. But, he's an understanding person, and he tried to help you to do whatever you can. But at the same time, I tried my best to push with them. I wasn't there to be at the BRAC with them, unfortunately, but the drive was beautiful. I loved what it was, what it really did to the community and the persons it helped out. But
and I'm pretty sure Lloyd appreciates that.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. And a lot of us have varying schedules, and we just have to try and make things work as we can. And it's just all about understanding the difference in schedules and appreciating people's time.
But it's a goal and a dedication.
Right. Exactly. And I think sometimes as well, once we just respect each other's time and understand that we're showing up as and when we can, and sometimes I can't do something and I'll reach out to someone else to assist me, so it's just all about working together. It's really a team.
Right.
So what has the feedback been like from the community and, of course, corporate Cayman?
Yeah, the feedback has been wonderful. People have been so receptive to our requests. Corporate Cayman has been quite receptive as well, and people are thrilled to be involved. People are thrilled to show up at the events, or to show up in terms of sponsorship and just assisting. And I think the community would be somewhat surprised at how willing and able the various sponsors have been. And there are people who, I remember going to one of the sponsors to take a photo, and they were just so excited to get this photo taken. They were so excited to be involved. And that was a really refreshing feeling, because it took me back to the idea of Cayman Kind. It took me back to the idea of being helpful, being altruistic, and just really extending your hands out into the community. There are a lot of people who want to help, and they're not sure in which way they can. And so when we reach out to them to support, whether it be by way of showing up to the event to do something special there, for example, the barbers cutting hair for free, or if it's just having a pediatrician on site speaking to the young people about healthy living, healthy eating, and in order to facilitate good learning, those things, it helps them to give them the opportunity to extend themselves in the community, ways in which they probably would not have done initially, right? Yeah.
And it's all absolutely altruistic.
Yes.
Doing something and expecting nothing,
Exactly.
absolutely nothing in return.
And you know what? We end up getting so much from it, because one of my favorite verses is Proverbs 11:25, which speaks about a generous person prospering, and saying that a generous person will prosper, and one who refreshes others will also be refreshed. And I can tell you that based on even the feedback from the various team members, like, people leave so refreshed. We leave so refreshed, knowing that we've helped to refresh others. We've helped to put some smiles on some children's faces, and we've heard the appreciation from the parents and the children generally. So, yeah, we do get so much back through that means, but it really is a wonderful feeling to be altruistic and to help others.
Man, you're poking my heart this morning, Lloyd. No, okay. So with the platform, the foundation, so you have the Ready, Set, Learn Back to School initiative.
Yes.
You also have the Pursuits of Excellence Award.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the award system.
So the Pursuit of Excellence Award is an award that was started under the foundation in 2014, and it recognizes students for their excellence in academics, character, and community service. And one of the reasons I thought that this was important is because it's not every day you find a student who is excelling academically but is also very much involved in the community. So they're able to manage their time in such a way that they're able to do these various things. And then on top of that, also be deemed or considered, regarded as a nice person, someone of an upstanding character. And I believe that those students ought to be recognized, ought to be appreciated. Not that others should not, but I know that it takes a whole lot to hold it together, especially when you're balancing life. And you can be thrown off mentally if you don't feel appreciated. At the end of the day, we're all human beings, and we do want to feel recognized. We want to feel as though our hard work is not in vain. And it's really to serve as an encouraging factor and as a way to say, we see you, we appreciate you, we respect you, and we're proud of you. And it helps to encourage other young people to strive for something similar. And it also, I believe, helps to solidify that students, the recipients, kind of idea that what I'm doing is worth it. And it keeps them on track. And sometimes we need that. And so that's really what inspired the Pursuit of Excellence Award. And it's at this time only offered to students at the high school level, and so grades 9 through 12. And it's been something that we are looking to extend one day into the primary school.
Sorry, how many recipients have you had so far?
So far, we've had 12 recipients. 12. Yes, so it's 2 recipients each year.
Wow.
Yeah, and we'll be doing another 4 for 2020 and 2021 during the course of this year.
Okay. Do you know exactly when you'll?
So it'll be coming up before December. Yeah.
So how can schools or individuals submit nominations for the award, for the Pursuit of Excellence Award?
So we've received and accepted nominations for the 2020 and 2021 school term, or school terms. And we will be opening the nominations early 2022 for recipients to be awarded for the 2022 school year. And people can contact, so i.e. principals and teachers of schools can contact POE by Lloyd Barker at gmail.com. And actually, to make it easy for everyone, we typically send out an email each year when nominations are open. So an email goes out to all of the schools on island, and it's just a way of sending a reminder, and also to send the updated nomination form and just some information on the foundation and the award generally. But in case you have some schools that want to get ahead of the grain, POE by Lloyd Barker at gmail.com.
Okay. All right. Oh gosh, we got to go to break, but you know what? No, not ready yet. No. What does excellence mean to you? To you both? And how can students achieve academic excellence? Now, you're at UCCI. You're doing an undergrad. What are you doing yours in, Richard?
So I'm doing an associate's in the sciences right now.
The sciences, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you need motivation as well, right?
Yeah. Where motivation stands, sometimes discipline goes a far way as well. Because what I've found is that after the first year, the motivation kind of dwindles down. So it's a discipline that keeps you going, right? And the support from the people you love as well. And you just have to really focus on what is the long-term goal. Like you set short-term goals for yourself as well, because that's how I keep going. Especially this semester has been really challenging. But you just have to keep the focus. Where do I see myself in the next 5 or 10 years? Versus to help keep you going as well, you can say where you see yourself in the next 3 months. What's the GPA you're looking for? You know, what scholarships you're hoping to achieve. Maybe doing comparisons of where you were at the last semester versus this one. And just keep really pushing and see just how far you can push the boundaries. That's how I've really kept going for these past couple months, to be honest.
You got to keep going, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's school, it's life. You just have to keep going.
Yeah.
How about you, Lloyd? What does excellence mean to you?
Yeah, excellence means just really maximizing your capacity, being the best that you can be. And I think that looks differently for everybody.
Yeah.
And in my opinion as well, excellence looks differently for everyone. But ultimately, just really going after the top prize and just maximizing who you are and what you're capable of. And you can't go wrong with that. I always thought that during my time in law school and just academia generally, and even now professionally, that if I've put my best foot forward, then I can't complain at the end of the day. I can't kind of be too harsh on myself because I tried my best. And I believe that when we try our best long enough, we will obtain excellence in all respects, and it will just be kind of a constant thing. But obviously we have to continue going after it. As Richard had said, we have to try to stay committed and stay disciplined, because sometimes we can become lackadaisical. We can get a little overwhelmed, and it's fine to take a step back and to take a breather, because as I mentioned earlier, we are humans, and so we have to appreciate that we do need some time to just breathe as well. We don't always have to be in tip-top shape. Sometimes we do need to put our feet up a bit. But ultimately, we have to stay connected to the goals, stay connected to the short-term goals, the long-term goals, and realize that there are treasures to collect along the way of this journey of obtaining excellence.
Yeah. You know, Lloyd, listening to you and Richard, Richard might know it, but you might remember, I worked as the director of admissions for the other college, ICCI, and I did teach Intro to College Studies. So this sounds like an Intro to College Studies moment for me.
Yes.
And on that note, we're going to take a break. Susan, thank you so much for joining us this morning. This is the Business Buzz. We have in the studio Mr. Lloyd Barker Jr. Lloyd is the Executive Director of the Pursuit of Excellence Foundation. He's also a lawyer and a motivational speaker. And alongside him, we have Mr. Richard Pearson. Richard is, I can say, a member of the Pursuit of Excellence Foundation. We'll be right back.
2020. Unprecedented times, uncertainty, and literally a new way of life.
Life happens, usually without warning.
That is why making sure that your family is insured is so important.
Cayman Insurance Center, 47 years strong, working to protect your family and your most valuable assets.
Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family.
For more information, call 949-4657. Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, health, motor, and other lines of insurance products and services at affordable rates.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
Did you know our reefs are home to over 45 different kinds of corals and more than 125 different species of fish? Cayman's amazing coral ecosystems provide so many benefits to our lives. but an aggressive coral disease called stony coral tissue loss disease, or Skittle D, is making its way around Grand Cayman and threatening our incredible corals. That's why the Department of Environment Skittle D response team is hosting Coral Fest at the Grand Caymanian former Holiday Inn in Safe Haven on Saturday, November 6th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Meet the Skittle D scientists and learn what makes Cayman's corals so important to us. Bring the kids for coral games, educational booths, and awesome prizes. Entry is free. Email coral@gov.ky or visit doe.ky for more info.
Individuals requiring letters to their employers confirming they have been placed in mandatory isolation due to ongoing COVID-19 contact tracing requirements can obtain these by request to Public Health. Please request by email only to quarantine@hsa.ky.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Good morning. Where is the time going? I don't know. We're speaking with Mr. Lloyd Barker Jr., Executive Director of the Pursuit of Excellence Foundation. Lloyd, as I mentioned before, he's a lawyer and a motivational speaker, and we have with him in the studio Mr. Richard Pearson. Richard is a part of the Pursuit of Excellence Lloyd Barker Foundation, and he's instrumental in helping. Right, Richard?
Yes, I am.
Without help, Lloyd will be doing this all by himself.
And no man is an island.
And no man is definitely, nor a woman is an island.
Right.
Now, we did talk about the importance of having those goals and, small goals, whatever. Now, let's move to time management and organizational skills. How important, either Lloyd or Richard, is time management, and what can we do to ensure that projects and tasks stay on schedule?
Well, for me...
And Richard is going to take that.
Oh. Well, I think where time management is concerned, everybody's approach is a little different, because I'm sure my approach versus Lloyd's approach is different. For me, how I handle my time is I have to do things in bite-sized pieces. So I will schedule my day, I have my to-do list, and I stick to it as much as possible. So I prioritize what needs to be done, what can wait, and, whatever little spaces I have in between, I'll fit in the things that are not that significant. But at the same time, I try to do it in bite-sized pieces. That's how I'll try to keep ahead of the curve. That way, I don't get overwhelmed with having too much to do at the last minute, and I'll have everything streamlined. But that's my process. I'm pretty sure Lloyd's process might be a bit different than mine.
You don't want to hear mine. Because sometimes I make that to-do list.
Yeah.
And I can't find it.
Oh.
So, let's hear yours, Lloyd.
Yeah, so for me, I think there are some similarities there where I'll have a to-do list and I'll try to see what I can actually accomplish. I think with preparing a to-do list, one of the most important things is setting a realistic one, because when we set unrealistic lists, then we don't end up getting through the list, and then we end up falling behind. So our expectations are not met, and the goals aren't completed. So for me, it's just setting a realistic to-do list and trying to go through it accordingly. I do also put mine in an order of importance. So I'll say this needs to be done first, and that needs to be done first. And I have become a pro at preparing to-do lists, particularly because of the nature of my work. There are 10 million things to do, and maybe 9 million of those are important. So it makes it a bit difficult. And throughout actually trying to knock things off the list, you're also getting an additional million worth of things that are also equally important. So it is sometimes difficult, but I just believe in being realistic and just trying to accomplish things as I go. I don't really focus on just one thing at a time. I was actually saying to a friend of mine this morning that I feel as though I've become a professional multitasker, because even in law school, I could not just sit down and listen to some of the e-learning tools without doing something else. If I'm just listening, I just need to do something else. I need to wash the dishes. I need to if there's something else that needs to be done that I can do, I want to do it at the same time. And So sometimes I manage my time in that way as well, just multitasking. But you have to be strategic.
So let me guess.
Yeah.
You know, Richard, the two of you don't spend a lot of time on Facebook, on social media.
I spend some time like posting.
I want to know how you factor in.
Yeah,
into that.
I share. Interesting enough, people might think I spend a lot of time because I'll post and share updates and whatnot. But to be quite honest, I don't scroll a lot. I just don't really have the downtime to scroll a lot. So a lot of times people are saying, "Oh, did you see this?" It's like, I didn't. But I might go and post a little update, and then during the mix, I might see other posts and whatnot. I'm do a little scrolling, but I know some people who scroll for hours. I was somewhere the other day and I saw someone sitting down scrolling for a while, and I was like, wow.
And that's a time that they can spend doing something really, really constructive.
Yeah, but I believe in downtime as well, so there's definitely no judgment with that. But it's just that because I know I probably would get bored or just over it and put the phone down, and But yeah, so we are a little balanced.
What advice would you offer parents or guardians in supporting their children, especially in their academic pursuits?
One advice I would give to parents and guardians is definitely to remain involved. Children want to feel supported. Children want to feel as though you care, and that helps them to feel the same. That helps our students to feel as though they have that kind of support system. And one of the things I know from first hand is we never forget whether or not you were involved. We never forget whether or not you were there for us when we needed assistance with our assignments or when we didn't understand something. And I can appreciate that sometimes certain parents, certain guardians, they might have expertise in certain areas and they're unable to assist in others. But sometimes our help is not by doing it ourselves, like actually helping ourselves, but just making it possible, finding the resources, reaching out to someone who can assist. And for example, if Richard needed or had a friend who needed assistance and he thought that, okay, he can't actually assist in this area, maybe Lloyd can, or maybe another friend or another family member can, then you do that. So it's that those are ways that we can help to remain supportive despite the fact that we're not actually the person putting pen to paper and explaining things.
Right.
So overall, I think it's extremely important for parents and guardians to remain involved in their children's lives, and it also helps them to recognize when there are certain difficulties or to be more connected to the children, because sometimes you just never know what our students are going through, and it's important for us to stay connected to them.
Definitely, Lloyd. And I like the way you answer that. Now,
Thank you.
You're a motivational speaker. I want to say you're an influencer. But no, Lloyd is a motivational speaker, and I like that. Lloyd, what prompted you to become a motivational speaker? And what topics do you generally speak about?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because years ago I used to post and just share quotes from scholars and also from historians and activists and whatnot as a means to encourage and just to spread inspiration, spread positivity. And then I was actually getting a number of requests to speak at other events, to speak at graduation ceremonies, or just to come in and speak to different classrooms and whatnot in order to encourage students. And after a few speeches that I had written, I noticed that each of them had a little one-liner or two lines. I was like, oh, I can post this as an inspiration. And so it kind of made me realize that I too have some positive words I can share online and I can share generally. And so that sparked my continuous kind of drive and movement towards positivity. And that's really what sparked my continuous sharing of positivity online. And through that, I had gotten various requests to come and speak at different events, and it really just kind of became a thing, and now it's certainly a part of me. I help to encourage my friends, my family members, and that's what it's all about, just having that circle of positivity, that circle of elevation. And so my friends encourage me, inspire me, and I do the same with them. And so yeah, that's really what sparked it. My my love for positivity and my recognition that I too can share the
And
same.
you do this all for free.
Most of
at the
them
time.
for free.
Do you know
Most
there's
of
big money in motivational speaker, right? There's a lot of money in motivational speaker that motivational speakers
Yes,
make.
I know.
But we'll leave that fun out of Business Buzz. What's some of the few projects that your foundation is working on for the remainder of the year and of course next year, Lloyd?
Yep, so we're currently working on just getting a board together so that we can focus on different things per team member. And then we are going to be looking into the mentorship program that we're wanting to start under the Pursuit of Excellence Foundation, and of course the continuous preparations for next year's back to school drive. So one of the key things really is the mentorship program. We have so many just willing and able members of the foundation, and we really want to get that started. So that's one of the next things on the calendar. And of course, people can look out for the announcement regarding the Pursuit of Excellence Award recipients for 2020 and 2021.
Okay. I can't let you go without asking you for some words of wisdom to leave with our listeners pertaining to striving for excellence, developing a strong work ethic, and of course, consciously doing one's very best in all aspects of our life.
So I just want to say to anyone out there who is interested in going after a particular goal or a particular dream, that sometimes all we need to do is take the first step. And I know that sometimes we're in certain situations and certain predicaments, but this is a reminder that your current situation is not necessarily your final destination. And there are opportunities for us to go further. There are opportunities for us to elevate. And just know that once we put in the work, we will be able to reap the fruits of our labor, and we'll be able to enjoy our fruits of our labor. And it's all about just going after goals one step at a time, one day at a time. Believe in yourself. A lot of times we see people out there who are winning, and we see people out there who are doing their thing and they're at the top of their game. And we congratulate them, which is excellent, but we need to remember that we too can win. We too have the ability. We too have the capacity. And we just have to get ourselves out there and go after our goals.
I
Believe
like that.
in yourselves.
I like that.
Yeah.
Richard, we can't let you go with a quick comment from you.
So on the same topic, I believe one of the biggest things you should always do is, for me, my strategy is always 5 years ahead. Where do you see yourself? And that's one of the biggest questions you can always ask yourself. If 5 years ahead you look at yourself and you're still in the same spot, then you need to do something to change that.
5 years ahead,
Right.
Richard, I see a master's degree for you. It'll only take 4, but I see 5. I want to say thank you both, Richard and Lloyd, for coming by the studio this morning and talking about your platform, your foundation, Lloyd Barker Foundation. And we've gained so much information about the foundation. And if there are listeners listening and want to help, can they reach out to you?
Absolutely. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Richard or any of the other members
Some
who
numbers.
are part of the foundation. And you can email at POE by LloydBarker@gmail.com. So POE is short for Pursuit of Excellence by LloydBarker@gmail.com if you're interested in sponsoring or even if you're interested in being part of the foundation.
Thank you, guys. Wish you well.
Thank you
And
so much.
so proud of you.
Thank
so
you.
proud.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susan, for giving me that overtime, 2 minutes overtime. Thanks to our sponsors, Cayman Insurance Center, Optical Outlook, and Cayman Medical Supplies. Don't forget, there's Brack Medical Supplies in Cayman Brack. Thanks to our listeners and our viewers on YouTube. Keep safe, and until we see you again on Thursday, thank you so much.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. And Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Health City, now open at Camana Bay 7 days a week. Optical Outlook, now at their new location in Anderson Square. Come see the difference with Optical Outlook. And Lee's Office Products Limited, at Paddington Place, Godfrey Nixon Way, moving your business forward.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is